better count. Oh, wait, I do.
Our impulses are being redirected. We are living in an artificially induced state of consciousness that resembles sleep.
Oh, goddamn hacker, that second time night that asshole's cut in.
All right, boys and girls, it's time for The Brothers Hack the Matrix tonight on Joe's Atmosphere's channel.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
All right, welcome aboard. It's time for The Brothers Hack the Matrix. I'm your host, Joe's Atmosphere, and I am joined, as usual, by There Can Be Only One, the Hylunder.
The only one.
What's going on, man? He's leaning over to get out of Mac Boland's way.
My co-host, Mac Boland, the executioner. Not
Don't you mean the Punisher?
executioner.
Don't you mean the Punisher? Don't you mean
No.
Frank Castle, the Punisher? Oh.
No, Mac Boland, the
Mac
executioner.
Boland, the Executioner. America's
war started
best-selling series.
1968 is when his war started.
1968 is when his war against the mafioso
Interesting.
started.
Same backstory.
Exactly the same backstory. Yeah, nobody can tell me the guy that came up with the Punisher wasn't a Mac Boland Executioner
be.
fan. I mean, they
same
look.
story.
There's even, I don't know if you have all the books, Dan. I know Dad had them all.
I have 1 through 17. I'm
You have
buying
1
them
through
as I
7.
go.
You're buying them as you go.
Number 8 is on the way.
You do know you got to get the. I think it's called the War Journal. It's the one that's
Yes.
got the van and everything that's in the van in it and all that stuff. I'm telling you, man, it's complete Punisher, dude. It's ridiculous. But anyway, everybody wants to know what your axe looks like tonight, man. That's what
Okay.
I want to know.
See if we can do this. Oh my God. It's
You
the
can do it,
vintage
bro.
110 again. It is the Blackie, right? It's got the
Look at that, man.
90s, dude.
That's
This
pretty
is
sharp.
a rock machine. This is an ultimate rock machine right here. This is no weight relief on this thing, dude.
Yeah.
It puts out. It really does.
Does
it
it?
really does. Yes, it does.
Puts out like a fat chick on
It puts
prom
out
night.
like
Look out.
nobody's
Look
business.
out. He's tearing it up, bro. Look out. Look out, boys and girls. All right. Look, man. I can hang out with my brother if I want to and at least catch up with him before the show a little bit, can't I? Good God, man.
No.
Does this guy have to yell at me every second of every day?
Yo.
He said it's
Yo,
time.
yo.
He said it's time for the top of the heap, bro.
Top of the heap, man.
Top of the heap, man. And top of the heap. It's more of the same, guys. Saber rattling all over the world. You know what's up.
Eject! Fire on the flight deck. This business will get out of control. It'll get out of control and we'll be lucky to live through it.
So much death. What can men do against such reckless hate?
What can men do?
Not much, man. Not much, man.
3 years going.
Oh, shit.
3 years going.
I was about to eat my microphone.
Eat the microphone.
Yeah, it's 3 years, isn't it? It's ridiculous.
That could be a cool T-shirt. Eat the microphone.
Eat the microphone. There it is. Ukraine war briefing. Kiev accuses Russia of war crime after attack on military hospital in Kharkiv. Ukrainian officials. God. The gum got messed up in my mouth. I need to take it out. Yes. Deliberate attack, shelling of hospital. Ukrainian president says U.S. and Europe must respond to daily Russian drone attacks. What we know on day 1,131.
I guess they agreed to what? Not attack at sea and what are the other things?
Russia and Ukraine agreed to truce at sea and ban on energy attacks. But I guess you can blow up hospitals all you want.
Open season on hospitals, schools, nurseries, malls, anything like that. Mass gatherings of civilians. That's on the table.
Well, it was a military hospital, buddy. So
sure it is.
That's not civilians.
Sure it is.
That would be military guys, military assets, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's still. I mean, let's get it over with already. I mean, get these guys to the table and get to talking.
They seem to be moving in the right direction. Maybe
they seem to be moving that way, but
except for bombing of the hospitals.
Yeah, that tends to be not so good.
Counterproductive, I think.
I would say so as well. Our good man Martin Acosta Santana is with us. It's good to see you. And by the way, let's acknowledge the fact that Tim was the first one in today. It was Das Wolfen.
Das Wolfen.
Straight from Valhalla. Das Wolfen.
Das Wolfen. Great name. I'm telling you right now, I love that name.
Out earlier, is there a more rock and roll name?
No.
I don't think there is. Yeah. So
nope.
Anyway, let's see what else is going on here. We had this happen this week. This is what the news has all been about this week. The Atlantic releases the signal chat showing Hegsworth's detailed attack plans against the Houthis. Now, if you haven't heard about this story, what they did was they used a chat called Signal to actually
signal the enemy that we were on our way. Yes. Well played.
It's supposed to be end-to-end encrypted, but I mean, does anybody trust one of these social media chats? I mean,
apparently our current administration does. So
apparently so. Now, Mr. Trump wasn't in the chat, but JD Vance was in the chat.
Trust him. That's for sure.
And so was my girl Tulsi Gabbard. I hate to see that she was in that chat, but she was. But apparently somebody invited a reporter from the Atlantic to this chat. Oops. Talk about unzipping the fly and dancing on one's dick. Yeah. So they've had to answer questions about this all week. And when sent before Congress, Tulsi Gabbard and Ratcliffe contend Signal Chat did not include classified information.
Is she right? Because I know that's the popular version of what went on there. I know a lot of people like to believe that.
I don't know about all that. You know what I'm saying? It's
Sam Kinison might be on something there, dude.
He might be on to something there.
Is she right?
Yeah. Is she right? Is Tulsi Gabbard right? I saw some of the chat stuff and I don't know. She must not know everything that's in that thing, or she's lying. One of the two. I would hate to think about that because I'm a big supporter of hers. But yeah, this does not look good. And we were talking pregame, and this makes it look like we've got children running the administration, man. It really does. Meatheads, perhaps. Yes, meatheads, like our good man, Mr. Pitt. Yeah. Why would you? I don't.
No, nobody in their right mind would do talk about war plans on a freaking social media site. I'm sorry, that's just stupid.
It does not sound right to me. Does not sound right. Does not pass the smell test. They've got but I mean,
my question is, who's going to jail?
Well, nobody's going to jail. Does anybody in any administration ever go to jail?
Ever.
I don't think they do.
Nobody. That's why when these lights go out, they're all laughing at us, dude. Just laughing at us. Can you believe we put that on social media?
Just hurts my soul, bro. Because I'm a big Gabbard fan, and she's the director of national intelligence. That's the core of what we're talking about here.
Look, he said that there was no classified stuff in there.
Is she right? Because I know that's the popular version of what went on there. I know a lot of people like to believe that.
Oh, my God, yeah. First mistake in a long line of mistakes. Discuss really important issues of any kind on a group chat. Yeah.
I mean, why would you do that?
No doubt. It's dumb. It's dumb. That should be classified. I mean, if you're talking about attack plans, that's classified information.
That's just arrogance on their part. They know they're above reproach, above the law. I mean, who's going to do anything about that?
Yeah.
We laugh about it, right? But, it's not their sons and daughters on those sorties flying into those zones.
Yeah. Facing ground-to-air missiles and shit.
There's a reason why you keep your war plans silent and secretive in small circles.
Yes.
Hell, half the time the people that are conducting these sorties don't even know what the package is.
No, they don't. So, yeah, it makes them look very bad. But I say, if this administration is going to be known for anything right now, it's going pedal to the metal, and I think they need to ease up and take accountability and start.
Just do the work.
Rein things in and just do the work and do it properly. They're so hell bent on doing everything 100 miles an hour that they're missing the details that are important.
Look at what we're doing. Look at what we're doing.
I mean, how many stories have we done about them having to try and hire people back that they fucked up and fired? I mean, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission's one of them. You remember they needed a bunch of nuclear scientists to come back.
Yes.
I mean. It was silly, but anyway.
Who needs to be running the show?
Yeah,
Mac Bolin.
Oh, Mac Bolin, or is that Frank Castle? No, that's a 44 mag. So that's Mac Bolin. That's the executioner. That's the executioner, bro. That's right. All right, boss. Hey, look, take it easy.
Yo.
We're gonna get there. I'm sorry. We had to extend a little bit. The fucking top of the heap wasn't full of a lot of stuff today. It was full of one story. You know what I mean?
Oh my goodness. Guy got just blasted. These jumpers. I mean, that's
Seymour Hoffman is just
he's not making no
damage
in the face.
The long snapper for the frickin' Dolphins needs his head examined, and
he's saying, "Look,
the referee seems to think that Cut Daddy's head needs to be examined for some reason. So hey.
All the center's saying said, "Look, we can't stay in this 3-point stance forever, dude. Here comes the ball. Let's kick this thing." Come on now.
That's what he's doing. He's like, "Look, I'm tired of waiting for the signal. Catch
We're all
this
waiting for you, dude." Kick the ball.
That's exactly what it is. Well, guys, we got a lot of people in sports this week acting a little goofy. Now, let me do this with a caveat real quick, guys. If you're expecting detailed March Madness information on this show, not going to get it. Sorry. Not a fan of basketball in this current state. Just am not. So you're not going to get that. But you're going to hear about some other sports for sure. NCAA tournament team loses head coaching days after Sweet 16 loss. Now, this one has to do with, let's see, Drake head coach Ben McCollum left for Iowa. Let's see, Xavier's Sean Miller left for Texas. Blah, 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 blah. That's not what I'm looking for here. Let's see. Quickly, hang on. It's a lot of filler here.
Dead air.
Right.
Dead air.
Dead air. What? Oh. Where is the Okay, Maryland head coach Kevin Willard. There it is. They put all kinds of bullshit up there. Maryland head coach Kevin Willard has accepted a job at Villanova. What? This isn't even the story.
Oh my God!
This must be messed up. I read this article. What happened was he lost in the Sweet 16 and lost his job. It was, God Almighty. I want to say it was. I can't speak out of school. Forget about
fake news. Fake news. Moving on.
Fake news. Unbelievable.
Moving on.
I read that fucking article and it's a different article now. I don't know the web. Jeez, Dan. Les Miles lawsuit over a vacated LSU wins. Hall of Fame eligibility. Rented lips. Eligibility. God, eligibility.
Yes.
Dismissed by Louisiana judge. Now, this has to do with what? 37 games, Daniel?
Look, if he has over 600 winning percentage, he would be eligible for the College Football Hall of Fame. And because of the vacated losses or the vacated wins at his time at LSU, because of some questionable recruiting, blah, 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 which is par for the course anymore, which is stupid. Yeah. He doesn't get those wins, which puts him at a winning percentage of 598. So he's not eligible for the freaking College Football Hall of Fame now.
That's messed up.
Yep.
That's crazy.
You think about that. We joke about Les Miles, but great head coach at LSU.
Yeah.
Great head coach at LSU. Mm-hmm. I mean, they were always in the mix. Always. 10-win seasons every year.
Now, these 37, let me ask you something. These 37 losses that they've wins that they took away from him, is that just at his time at LSU?
Just at his time at LSU.
Okay.
Because the violations happened while he was at LSU, recruiting violations.
Okay. That's crazy, man. That is nuts. That's a shame because he was a great coach for LSU.
A great coach for LSU. Yep. Great coach. His problem was he didn't adjust with the times. He was still eye back and heavy defense, and he didn't update his offense. Just didn't. And it passed him by.
You know what he did a lot? He looked across the field at his opponent, and he said,
"And you were the puss. Always bled."
He owned freaking Saban. Until,
I know he did.
Saban said, you know what, I got to do something with my offense. And he came up to date, and Les never did.
That's when Sarkisian came in, right? Yeah.
Well, I mean, he kept coming with new young minds at the offense, and Les never did that. Never did.
Yep. That's because Les is, meathead, bro.
He is. Yeah. But he was a great head coach. I have nothing good to say about Les Miles. Yep.
Absolutely. Next up, social media has ID'd the college football star who was arrested alongside viral sorority girl Lily Stewart. Mugshots released. Dude, you don't need to be hanging out with this chick. Just look at her eyes. Those eyes just look crazy as all get out.
Almost looks AI, dude. Really?
She does.
Wow. That is the happiest mugshot I've ever seen.
Right?
Check her out, man.
Seamus Gilmartin, the Harvard University football team, has been recently arrested, but that's not the main part. The main part is that crazy chick. He's hanging out with. Good football player.
Okay, then. Wow, bro. Go ahead, dude.
That's nuts. We have to acknowledge the
elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room. The guy that just stops the show every time he shows up, man. We have to acknowledge him, bro. He's kind of like Roman Reigns. We must acknowledge him.
There are some who call me Tim.
Tim?
Damn, Tim. Oh, God. Do you see what he says here?
Wouldn't walk right
Just
now,
swinging
Tim
in
Blue.
to say hi, and Richard Chamberlain was a man's man. Oh, wait. Dude, that's cold-blooded, man. That's
Ay,
cold.
caramba.
Oh, man. He also says, I'm in a watch party now. 3 movies tonight. Just watched Genesis 2, and right now they are watching The Right Stuff. Very good stuff. Like it, man. Like it. That's right. Martin says The Right Stuff rules. Absolutely does. It's a great movie.
Yeah, it is.
But anyway, yeah. That's cold-blooded what you said about Richard Chamberlain. We'll get to that when we get to that story.
I was going to say, I don't know. It's something I don't know about him. I didn't follow the guy too much. I know his face, but that's about it.
Oh, dude, he has always been out of the closet. If you know,
Was he Human Torch?
Yeah, he was Human Torch. He was Flame On.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right, cool.
He was Flame On.
Well, whatever, man.
And Tim says yes, but on a serious note, rip Richard Chamberlain. Yeah, absolutely. He was one of the best, man. He's in one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. As a matter of fact, he caused the Towering Inferno. So, you know. But anyway, let's get back to the blotter report. I mean, the sports, you know.
Idiot right here.
Authorities snatched nearly 200 pit bulls. I guess this guy wanted to outdo Michael Vick, I guess.
He made Michael Vick look like he had a petting zoo going on.
From ex-NFL player in biggest dog fighting seizure. This guy's name is LaShawn Johnson. He played for the Giants when he did play in the NFL. He had a short career. No, don't use the meathead on this guy. No, he's not a meathead, dude. No, meatheads at least have.
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
There you go. That's more like it right there, Dan. That's the one right there. 200 pit bulls.
Yeah, I mean that's a shame, you know, and that's just another look. The pit bull has got a black eye, a black stigma because of the dog fighting. You want to talk about a great animal, a loyal animal for a family, dude. I had 2 of them myself, and just smart, intelligent, passionate dogs.
It's all about how they're raised, man.
It's all about how they're raised. That's any dog, really.
Yeah. I've had a chow, which is supposed to be one of the most vicious animals there is. And yeah, it's pretty protective. I remember one time my good buddy Pat almost got his throat ripped out by that dog because he was one of those guys that, you know, walked in if the door was unlocked and, you know, somebody hadn't locked the door.
Well, that dog
almost
chewed
his ass up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you know, it's all about how they're raised. And these, look, if you're one of these guys that needs to go watch dog fights to gamble on them, you've got serious fucking problems. Okay.
Yeah.
And not just the gambling part of it. You're a fucked up individual. Okay.
And those animals, you want to talk about just mistreated, man. That's just, well, it's, I don't like seeing those stories. It's a shame they're still going on, and it will continue to go on. It will continue.
Yep. Our home state doesn't have a good history either with stuff like that. Talk about
deep
cockfighting.
South, you're going to see a lot of that. That's just part of the culture
in the DNA, and they really need to get rid of it. It's stupid, man. Low Spec Linux Gaming is here. The Penguin Master. What's up, man? Good to see you. Also, and on the crime beat, another crime has been committed. Russell Wilson is making $10 million.
Yeah, somebody's paying that football. That's a crime in
itself. Deal.
That is a crime in itself. Somebody's still paying that guy to play quarterback. It's terrible, man.
Somebody asked me, said, "You going to root for Russ now?" I said, "Well, look, man, it was tough for me to even root for him when he was wearing Pittsburgh Steelers colors because every franchise I've ever rooted for has lost to them in the Super Bowl. But you know what? Going to New York, yeah, I can't root for you anymore, Russ. I really can't. And besides, they've got somebody that Danny would have liked to have seen stay in New Orleans, right?
He was 4-2 before his knee got blown out, and then the freaking coach we fired never let him get back on the field.
Right.
He'd rather start Andy Dalton.
Jameis Winston, of course. The guy that likes to eat the W's, you know. See that? That's a W. We're going to eat it. We're gonna eat the W. right? But now they got Russell Wilson.
He's about giving it all to the Lord, man. That guy's about giving it to the Lord, dude. Really is.
Well, both of these guys are. That's the plus with
Yep.
Wilson. But the thing about Wilson is he acts so goofy. He does. It's just he acted goofy in Seattle and he acts goofy everywhere he goes. And people just look, man. Yeah. Meathead. Exactly. That's him. Meathead. No doubt about it. I mean, I love the guy to death. He got us a Super Bowl ring. Let's face it.
No doubt.
The fucking Legion of Boom got us a Super Bowl.
They really did.
But
And Marshawn Lynch.
he didn't mess it up. So,
yeah, Marshawn Lynch and that whole offensive line, that physical defense. Yeah.
Yeah.
All he had to do was just
but he
not throw an interception to lose the Super Bowl. That's all he had to do is not throw an interception to lose the Super Bowl. And that's what he did.
Okay, let's move on to the next story, shall we? God, I'm never going to hear the end of that.
Nope.
Could have had back-to-back. All right. Well, let's talk about another guy I've got on my wall that I love, Deion Sanders. Everybody was speculating whether or not he was going to try and go to the franchise where Shedeur is going to get wherever he gets drafted, wherever it's going to be. And
Shedeur?
Well, guess what? He's not. Deion signs $54 million contract extension to stay with Colorado. So he's going to be there coaching young guys. And I don't think he wants to coach at the NFL level. I
think, all joking aside, if you listen to this guy talk in the locker room and at the practice sessions, this guy's about accountability.
Yep.
Right. First, and team and effort. This guy was a winner everywhere he went.
Everywhere he went. Yeah.
The other stuff away. This guy was a winner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I love Deion. He's my favorite corner of all time. He had one job though. He's not going to tackle. He's not going to blow you up, but he had one job. Keep you from catching a pass, and he can do that.
His job was to keep the number one freaking wide receiver on the other team locked down, and that's what he did.
That's it. You're not going to throw the pass at him because if you do, he's either knocking it down or he's taking it the other way, and he might do it for points too. So
now look, and then the Cowboys were very smart putting a little offensive package in there for him, playing wide out. He was on special teams, returning punts. That guy was a threat.
He was awesome. And they got a guy like him coming out now that they're projecting, Dan, that kid, I can't remember his name, but he won the Heisman this year. And he played both wide receiver and corner for the school that he played for.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying New England's probably going to get him. And they're probably going to make him a wide receiver for Drake May. So,
well, look, to play wide receiver in today's league is cake.
Yeah.
Play corner is damn near impossible.
Right. Yeah. But what's great, what's awesome to me is the guys that do it well, they just make it easy. They dumb it down. They make it easy on themselves. You know what I mean?
Well, they're not unlike, any skilled position. Corner is no different. It's all about your study. It's all about technique, formation recognition, and then play your technique. Do they want to get inside? So I'm going to get inside technique and just ruin that route right off the top.
Right.
It's all about film study.
Yeah. And the guy I love to listen to talk about it was the guy that started the dynasty for the New England Patriots, Ty Law. I watched him in an interview one time and he was talking about playing cornerback. He said, look, people overthink it all the time. He said, it's real simple. He said, you just keep a hand on your guy. If you don't have a hand on your guy, then you pay attention to him until you can get a hand on him. And once you get a hand on him, then you look for the ball. It's that simple. He said, you don't have to grab him. You don't have to push him. You don't have to do any of that. Just know where he is. That's all you
not unlike, basketball. Have a hand, elbow, something that you feel your guy, right? Whatever. And then, make your move.
Yeah, he dumbed it down. Technique. I was like, man, that guy knows what he's doing. Yeah. Okay, so, hey, look, I didn't mean to get off on a tangent, but me and Danny can talk football all day long because it's the one sport that he and I both agree on and things like it. I mean, our philosophies are a little different sometimes, but we both love that game a lot. But anyway, the next game, this is Danny's game right here, and wow, I read this headline and I was like, well, he died doing what he loved to do.
Yeah.
Hockey game turns tragic as goaltender dies after getting struck by a puck. Now, this guy, let's be clear about this. It's a recreational league, and the guy was 64 years old.
64,
okay?
and he takes a puck to the chest just at the wrong time and stopped his heart. Just like that guy in the NFL. Kim and I were talking about this the other day. You know, at special teams, he gets hit in the chest. Didn't look like a big hit or anything like that, but it happened.
He made it to the stands. He was feeling bad, but he made it to the stands, and that's where he collapsed. And some people that were in the stands tried to revive him with CPR, and they just couldn't do it. And it's a shame. It really is. But like I said, he died doing what he loved to do. He obviously loved it. If he's 64 years old playing goalie, you know how bad that is on their knees, Dan. That guy must have loved playing goalie.
Absolutely.
You know
so kudos to him, man. Still out there doing it, and passed away doing what he loved.
And speaking of
all be that lucky, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of the NHL, we're going to look at the standings now. The hated Toronto Maple Leafs are.
Please, Pittsburgh. Nothing to see here.
Okay, would you like me to close it?
Yes.
Danny wants me to close it because that's where the Bruins sit right now.
0-9 in their last 9.
Yikes! It's
moving
bad.
on.
It's bad. Moving on, folks. Even my boss is like,
yo.
Stop that.
He said it's time for the flicks, man. Get out of that hockey shit.
God, now I'm depressed. Thanks a lot, bro.
Now I'm totally bummed.
I have no comedy to offer the show now. None. Zero.
Come on, bro.
No.
Come on. Man.
Bad.
The flicks. I just got done showing the clients this one the other day. Used cars. Because I didn't have any girls there this weekend. It was just guys. So
all right.
I wouldn't show that with women in the room.
No, it's but hey, it's funny, man. It's just
It is a funny movie. It's fantastic. It really is.
Back when they used to make funny movies. So
back when we could laugh at each other, right?
Yeah. Not so much anymore. What's
next
going on with KTBS, dude?
Under the flicks, we've got the I've got to tell you, this is awesome. And Disney right now is talking about
Please, Pittsburgh. Nothing to see here.
Disney is getting their ass kicked right now by Working Man, by Jason Statham, in a simple action flick. They're getting beat out. Snow White in its second week has suffered a 66% drop off.
That's bizarre. That's
only done 14.2 million, while Working Man is tops with 15.2. It's got 1 million more.
Snow White, you're talking about the staple of Disney. You talk about Disney and their movies. Snow White's right up there at the top, and
it's what Snow White, the 37 one, the original, was what built the entire. It's the foundation of the House of Mouse. That is where they made the money to start their animation projects and stuff. That was the whole thing. Was that movie right there?
Well, I'm hyped about seeing The Working Man. I think that's going to be kick-ass.
Well, that's David Ayers, and it's the guy that he had a semi-hit with Statham last year with Beekeeper, which I enjoyed the hell out of. Man, I thought it was great. And this one they say is a little darker. It's about human trafficking. So, but it's David Ayers, who's known for the Suicide Squad, Suicide Squad, the first one, the one with Will Smith, and he did Beekeeper as well. So, I like
it. Beekeeper. Yeah.
And a lot of people want to see the David Ayers cut of Suicide Squad. They say it's a better movie than the one we got. And I like that one. So,
I'm a big fan of both of those movies. I thought they were both pretty good. I dug them.
Rounding out the top 5, we got the Chosen Last Supper. I think that is that's a religious television series, actually, that they show, in theaters sometimes. Woman in the Yard, which is a horror movie, and Death of a Unicorn, which is that dark comedy with Paul Rudd and Jenna Ortega. So,
okay.
Look, Paul Rudd is, dude, I'll watch anything.
Paul Rudd.
I will watch anything with Paul Rudd, bro.
Yeah.
Look, man, he's at the end of the flicks thing. You know, he's at the end every time. That's the greatest GIF you ever send me. I love it, dude.
It's the best, dude.
Because he is the best. Check out Paul Rudd right here. He's saying, "Hey, I'm the man."
He's like, check me out, bro.
Check me out. That's it. I'm telling you. But anyway, let's see what's going on in Hollywood. Looks like they've got more fires, apparently. Disney on fire. Huge fire breaks out at Disney World's Epcot theme park, forcing visitors to flee new ride as videos show plumes of smoke. You can see the picture here.
Yeah.
That's at Epcot, and that's at Florida Disney World. Yikes, man.
Yeah, we laugh, but I mean, that can be really dangerous because, look, they're loaded with people, man. I mean, you know.
Absolutely.
What does it say what the new ride is?
The new ride, let's see. The blaze led to the evacuation of Remy's Ratatouille adventure.
Oh,
yeah.
God. Okay.
So that's Ratatouille. I guess that's the little rat chef or something.
Rat?
Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a replica near the replica of the Eiffel Tower. So yeah, there you go, man. We'll see how that turns out for Disney. They're not doing well right now.
Oh, they're gonna land on their feet. Don't you worry about that.
Oh, we know that. We know that. They'll have some $1 billion thing come out. Last year it was what? It was Deadpool and Wolverine saved their ass last year.
Yeah.
They'll have some hit come out sometime this year.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Legendary comedian 70 claims white cop slapped him during racially motivated drug arrest. What the hell is this all about, Daniel?
Well, he got pulled over for DUI, and they found drugs in his vehicle. You know who that guy is. So, but he's claiming it was racially motivated. So that's not a headline he wants to have anyway, right? So
no, it's not. It's not. I like this guy's stuff too. He's pretty damn funny, man.
Hey, they're all human though, man. At the end of the day,
yeah. You know, these things can get crazy. Absolutely. Let's see what's next up. Oh yeah, I know a lot of video game fans. I know your son's probably going to be hyped for this. I know David is. That's for sure. Legend of Zelda live action film set for March 2027. Theatrical release from Sony Pictures.
I'll have to ask him.
Yeah, ask him about it. I guarantee you he played Legend of Zelda growing up. I know David did. He and I've had several people that I never played this one, Dan. This was after our time when we were young.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah.
But
I stopped playing video games. To be honest with you, I stopped playing video games when my 6-year-old was wearing me out. So that's when I stopped playing.
Right. Yeah. Your son was an idiot savant with games.
His mind worked fast paced. Watch him play Final Fantasy. It's amazing, dude.
Yeah. But from what I hear, they better not mess this up because you want to talk about some hardcore fans. This series has some hardcore fans.
Give me a break. They fucked up Star Wars. They fucked up name one. Name any of them.
Yeah.
Fan base. Hollywood cares less about the fan bases. That's for sure. You know that.
These studios. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying they need to get it right. You know, if they want to make maximum amount of money. I'll tell you who did get it right. It's the people prosecuting Sean Kingston. Beautiful girl singer found guilty of fraud in luxury goods case.
Oh, yeah. And we talked about this about a year ago. Him and his mother were up on charges, and he's been found guilty. I think hers is still pending, but yeah, he's been found guilty. You can't just take shit and say, well, my name is this, and I'm a rapper, da-da-da-da. You still got to follow the law, man. At least we do down here. Now, when you get up, in the political realms, they can do
right, or in the entertainment biz and whatnot. You know, maybe you can get away with it. I don't know, but those of us down here, they start talking about
yo.
Slow
can't
your roll,
be doing that shit, man.
Get your ass in jail. Thank you very much.
Next up, this dude, I read this and I was like, now this is a perfect example of if I can find it. Where is it, Dan? There it is.
Stupid is as stupid does, sir.
Yeah, well,
right here. Rapper Young Scooter dead on 39th birthday in freak accident while fleeing Atlanta police. Now, what happened was the cops responded to a home in the southeast part of the city after receiving reports about shots fired and a female being dragged back inside as she attempted to flee.
What goes on at these parties, man? It's always somebody getting shot at these parties.
But let's see. What's the name of the officer that talked about this? Don't know the guy's name, but he's quoted as saying one male returned back into the house. The other male jumped 2 fences as he was fleeing. When officers located him on the other side of the fence, he appeared to have suffered an injury to his leg. Smith is the officer that's talking here at a press conference on Friday night. Bailey later died at the hospital.
Femoral artery.
Apparently he hung up something on his leg and he bled out.
Femoral artery. And you say it was his birthday?
Yep.
So he came and went on the same day. That's good for him. All right. Well done. Well played. Scooter. Young Scooter. Came and went same day. Awesome.
Young Scooter. Yes.
Young Scooter.
Young Scooter. What is up with these guys and these parties, man?
Every time they hit these parties, it's shooting all the time.
They're trying to be like Diddy or what, man? What's the deal?
You can't be successful.
That's not a party. Shooting is not a party, okay?
It's not a party you and I understand, but
no,
obviously it's a party. You're not going to have a party unless there's a shooting, okay? That's got to happen.
No,
so
it doesn't have to happen.
Apparently it does.
If they're shooting at a party, I'm leaving. Sorry.
Look, Young Scooter came and went same day. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Well done.
Smart Acosta Santana says, that's symmetry.
Symmetry. It is right there. Tell me I'm a liar.
Oh, man.
Check me.
Let's see. What is Low Spec talking about? He says the fan base is fans of only the old stuff. Oh, he's talking about Zelda. That's what he's talking about. Okay. But anyway, yeah, that's just silly, man. It came and went same day. Well,
same day.
We've got another one that found out about this morning. And this one I'm kind of bummed about because this guy was on every drama that we watched when we were young. Some people called him the father of the miniseries because he was in the Thornbirds, Shogun. He was in damn near every other miniseries there was on television. Richard Chamberlain, TV's Dr. Kildare, and Shogun and Thornbird star, dies at 90 years old. Yeah, this guy. Now, what Tim was saying earlier, this was announced by his longtime partner, and he said, "Our beloved Richard is with the Angels now." That was by Martin Rabbit, his Chamberlain's longtime partner. He was well known as being homosexual. He just didn't put it out there. You know what I mean? But a lot of people didn't know he was, but he's always been that way. But I got to tell you, this one hurts me because he's in one of my favorite movies, man. If you've ever seen The Towering Inferno, Danny can tell you, I was a big disaster movie fan when I was a kid.
Oh, yeah.
I used to stuff from them and stuff.
All about it.
I love this movie. I went and saw this about 4 times in the theater when it was out. It had Steve McQueen and Paul Newman in it. And he's the guy that started the fire. He's the guy that was the son-in-law of William Holden, right? That was the contractor that friggin' cut corners and started the electrical fire that burned the whole place down. And he got drunk and went out like a punk at the end of it because remember what was it called? The breeches boy they were using to get him across to the next building.
You know that movie. I don't know that movie at all.
I do. I know every second of it. And the guy, when they got all the women out, the guys mobbed it. He had to wait in line and he didn't want to wait in line anymore. He went down with the breeches boy, but Richard Chamberlain was, he was on every miniseries. Shogun, they actually made a newer version of it. Dan, have you seen the newer version that was on FX?
No.
Dude, you need to check that out. You'd enjoy it. It was good. And the old one with him in it was good too. But here's a piece of trivia for you, Dan. If anybody ever asks you who was the first person to play Jason Bourne. You know, the Bourne Identity.
Okay.
Those books were written back in the 70s. Richard Chamberlain played him in a miniseries on television.
Really?
1978. Yep.
Did not know that.
Yes. Yes.
That's
he played
interesting.
Jason Bourne. Yep.
It's interesting.
Absolutely did. So, yeah, I'm going to have to say cheers to Richard
Jason
Chamberlain,
Bourne's
one of my
gay.
favorite actors ever. Love the guy. He's awesome. He will be missed. He was, Tim said he was a man's man. Look, all the women loved him because he was a good-looking dude. He really was. And,
Hey, they all love Rock. What was the guy? Rock Hudson.
Rock Hudson, who was also he played both ways, I think. But
Flame on.
Flame on. But yeah, here's to you, Richard. We're gonna miss you, man. We're gonna miss you for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, boss, relax. I'm getting to it, man. Why do you gotta
yo.
He says time for earthquakes, Dan.
Oh my God.
He just shoved me right along, dude.
I mean, look.
Why
What is
he
going
gonna do
on?
this to me, though? Why
And
is he gonna ride my ass like this, Dan? We may have to get another producer. That's all I'm saying.
We may have to move it. And look, it's about time to go. I don't know what's going on with the southbound lanes there, but northbound is just going on like nothing's happening. Southbound is just shoot. And you can see that happen. You can stop. Just stop. No.
Just stop your car. What the hell is going on there, man?
Craters coming at you. Stop. Northbound's going, fuck, sucks to be them.
Oh, man. Okay, so
movies.
First up, we got today another U.S. Navy destroyer that fought off missiles in the Red Sea has been sent to guard America's southern border. The U.S. Navy forward deployed the USS Tripoli to the Indo-Pacific to counter China. It replaced the USS America as the Navy's amphibious assault ship based in Japan. This is crazy, man. Look at this thing. And it's coming to the Gulf of America. What's up?
Where is that?
Huh? Well, the Gulf of America? Yeah. That's what it's called now. It's not the Gulf of Mexico anymore. It's the Gulf of America.
Give me a break, would you?
Hey, that's what the president says, bro.
Don't give a goddamn. It's the Gulf of Mexico. Give me a break. Give me a break. I mean, come on.
Dude, I think
paid more attention to the national security, Joe John. If you paid more attention to that than trying to rename fucking bodies of water.
Right?
Unbelievable.
I knew that would get a reaction. That's why I said Oh, man. Here we go. Wife of slain California fire captain nabbed in Mexico after weeks on the run. Yolanda Morade, 53 years old, wanted in murder of Rebecca Morade, a Cal fire captain. Yeah, she's been on the run for weeks and caught her in Mexico.
Really?
Wow. Yeah. This fire, the fire captain was front and center during the Hollywood fires. Yeah. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Absolutely.
Why? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it's there. Well, okay. Yolanda and Rebecca.
Is that what we're saying here?
No, they're both girls. They're both girls.
Or
and
whatever, man.
Yeah.
Did she kill?
She killed her partner. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
During the fires?
No, not during the fires. No.
Okay.
No. This was after it happened.
Okay.
Anyway. Let's see. Oh, Danny loves this one. Primary school teacher who turned up drunk to assembly banned. Ashley Atkin arrived at work smelling strongly of alcohol and looking dazed.
Booze. And she admitted she was drinking that morning, too. A bottle of wine. And a month prior, she got busted by the cops for DUI. She wasn't even supposed to be driving. And here she is. I think they're like 8th graders. They're supposed to be going to assembly. And she had to have help getting her kids to assembly. And then she was supposed to give out an award. She had to ask somebody, who's getting the award? What's the kid's name again? Come on. Where's your pride, bro? Come on.
Dude. Well, I mean, here's my question, dude. They're talking about getting rid of the federal Board of Education, right?
Si, senor.
And sending it back to the states.
See,
Are the states going to be able to watch this a little closer?
They need to.
Yeah, they need
Stop asking the Fed to govern our states.
That's it.
Get involved, you bunch of pukes. It's
Yeah.
your job. We elect you.
I've always said, man, if you want things to change, you have to get in politics at a local level. And the best way to make changes is get on your school board and stuff like that. That's the best way to do it. School boards and city councils.
No, I'm about states' rights, and that's what our country is about, is states' rights. And look, the states need to stop putting their hand out to the Fed and handle business at the state level. We pay taxes, state and local, federal. Come
Said
on now.
like a true Texan.
Be fucking smart.
Yep.
Handle business.
Said like a true Texan. Yes, absolutely.
I'm a true American, dude. I believe in states' rights. I believe in our Constitution.
Mm-hmm.
And don't ever call me a Texan again. Don't ever do it. I love my wife, but man, I'm from Louisiana.
I know you are, man. I'm just messing with you.
Oh man.
Let's see this next one. This guy was actually on the thumbnail before I had to put Richard Chamberlain's face on there. Mega church pastor caught in CCTV breaking into female parishioner's home, wandering through teens' bedrooms. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play this. It's probably going to be, I'm going to leave the sound off, but, and there's going to be an ad right here at the beginning of it, but I'm sure they're going to have footage of the, you got to love all these ads.
You know, you read that article. This happened years after she left the church because this guy was stalking her.
Mm-hmm.
And here he pops up again, find out where she lived, is in her house.
Yep.
And that guy's married.
Hang on one second. It's
Crazy,
going to be
man.
done in about 6 seconds. These ads, what are you going to do? But yeah, this guy, weirdest thing in the world. This is the security camera footage. Look at this.
I mean, look at this guy. What possesses you? I mean, come
How's
on.
he getting in?
It looks
That's
like
what
it's
I'm wondering.
unlocked, dude.
That's crazy, man.
I think if you read the article, that I think one of her kids left it unlocked because their kids would, their friends would come through that door to come visit, and it was routinely left unlocked.
This is the day before he sees the camera and leaves, right? And then the next day he does the same thing, I think.
He's like, hell with
yeah,
it.
here it is. The next day. Or no, that's the cops coming in checking it out.
Yeah, because she gets alerts and said, there's somebody in my house.
Okay, hang on. Here it is right here. Hang on. That. There he is, just walking in, checking things out. What's up? Sees the camera and leaves.
Yes.
But he comes in the next day. They catch him in there the next day. That's crazy, dude. That is absolutely nuts, man.
It's insane. This guy's a pastor.
Yeah.
He's got influence over a lot of people, man.
Yes, he does.
That's a shame.
That is a shame.
That's why a lot of people don't have any trust in the church anymore.
Boy, yeah. I mean, look. One of the things when it comes to churches, and you've got to trust your pastor. You have to.
Absolutely. He's the shepherd, you know?
Yeah. And if you don't trust him, you don't need to be in that church. That's for sure. And she had left the church, like Danny said. She had left it, and he was still following her around.
Yep.
Crazy. This one is from Texas. This is probably why he doesn't claim the state. Local lawyer. Hang on, let me see if I can get rid of this thing. There we go. Local lawyer arrested, accused of making death threats against Tarrant County Commissioner. What the hell is going on here, bro?
Well, I mean, the headline says it all, and this is he's a lawyer, right? He's supposed to be very intelligent, and you know, passions can get to just anybody, right? So he death threat for the Tarrant County Commissioner. What compels him? Who knows? But I mean, is it that serious? Gee whiz, dude. You're a lawyer, for fook's sake.
Dude, did you see what his name was? The county commissioner's name is Manny Ramirez.
Oh, no shit.
Man Ram, what's up? I didn't know he moved to Texas, bro.
Maybe that lawyer right there is a Yankee fan. There you go.
Maybe he's a Yankee fan. That's great. Okay, let's see. Next up, this is wild right here. World's longest serving death row prisoner awarded $1.4 million after acquittal. That's $85 for each day. This happened in, what did I say the name of the town was, Dan? Shizuoka District Court in Japan.
They have a really bad history. Really, they do. Go ahead and talk about that story.
Look, man, this is just unbelievable. What happened was, let's see. I found it earlier.
He's on death row, and it come to find out the evidence that was planted.
Here it is.
Evidence.
I got it, Dan. I got it. Once the world's longest serving death row inmate, he was acquitted after a DNA test showed that the bloodstained clothing which was used to convict him was planted long after the murders, according to a Japanese public broadcaster.
Yeah, so Shizuki is well known for being, putting really bad things together, bad cases, and sending people
corrupt police force.
That's why it's called Shitsville. Shitsville is what his actual name is. This guy's that's a travesty, man. I mean, that's just really bad.
I mean, his whole life. He's got 1.4 million, but he's 89.
Yeah, his family's got it. He's going to see maybe 2 years of that. And
right.
If I was him, I'd go crazy with it.
Right.
I would.
Woohoo! Sake for everybody.
I'd go crazy with it. I would.
That's nuts.
I'm not leaving shit. Yeah.
Oh man, it's time for one of Danny's favorite sections of the show. One of his favorite sections. If I can find the right stuff, there it is. Yeah, it's one of his favorite sections of the show.
Oh man.
It's time for planes, trains, and automobiles, boys and girls. We got some more stuff. And this one I hated to see because we've got a show going on right now. It's wrapped up already now that we're on air. But this weekend, we had a lot of people next door at Barksdale. But 2 military jets collide in midair stunt, crashed to the ground in fiery explosion. 3 pilots and 1 passenger were able to eject and parachute to safety. This was one of those air shows, Dan. It's one of those shows.
Like where was that air show? Was that over Europe?
Let's see. Stunt rehearsal in France on Tuesday.
Le Français. There you go.
Yeah. Excuse the ad here, guys, but it'll be over in just a second.
The whole thing is total kick-ass.
It's just total kick-ass. I'll go here, but yeah. Yes. We've been going to air shows since we were kids, and this is just a bummer to see, man, because we've seen this thousands of times, right? No. And you see the guys eject. They eject out of there. You can see the chutes pop and everything, but man, they just bounced right into each other. Say again?
Did anybody die in that?
I don't think so. I think they all made it out, man.
Good. That's good. Gee whiz.
Yeah. So let's see.
Look, the maneuvers they do at close proximity, at the speeds that they're going. I mean, you're talking about some skilled pilots, man.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just unfortunate. It could be bad air. It could be, dirty air from the plane in front of it. You never know what causes that.
Yeah, it's a shame. It really is. But we've seen that, so many times in the past. And look, these guys, if you watch, just search for any Blue Angel stuff or Thunderbird stuff. These guys are so close to each other. Well, yes, Danny's an Air Force guy, so he's all about the Thunderbirds. And that's who was here this weekend. Last year, it was the Blue Angels were here.
So you had the best this year. And
we had the best this year.
Second best last year.
There you go.
There you go.
But I mean, they are really close to each other when they fly these things. It's
absolutely
amazing.
They are. It's crazy, man.
Now, talking about being close to each other, it almost happened again, Dan. The Washington thing almost happened again. Delta plane, Air Force jet nearly crashes in loss of separation during Arlington National Cemetery flyover. 4 T-38 Air Force jets were on their way to a flyover at Arlington National Cemetery when this occurred. Delta Airlines Flight 2983 and an Airbus headed to Minneapolis, St. Paul. It was what they almost hit.
Jesus.
Yeah, I mean,
the planes not have radars anymore. I mean,
I
collision
don't know what's going
alerts
on
anymore.
there, man. This seems to be happening with too much frequency up
We're
there.
using sundials now. Is that what's going on? Honest to God, how does that happen, dude? Come on.
Yeah, I know.
You got collision alerts that happen like way out there.
Yep.
I don't know.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how they're doing.
We got killed, right?
Maybe it's like Eddie Murphy said in that one Beverly Hills Cop movie, right? The second one. Are you driving or are you like using the force?
Using the force, man.
You know what fuck
is happening?
Man? Oh man, let's see.
Nobody got killed.
Let's see.
So good.
I was AFK. Were those the Thunderbirds or the Blue Angels? It was Thunderbirds. It was Thunderbirds over in France. That's what it was. But anyway, let's see. Next up, this sucks too. 4 American soldiers killed after they went missing on a training mission in Lithuania, just miles from the border.
Was it a helicopter?
First Brigade, huh?
Was it a helicopter?
No, They were based out of Fort Stewart, Georgia. Were last seen alive on Tuesday riding an armored vehicle during tactical training exercises at a military site near the city of oh my God, Pabrade? Is that
yes? Pabrade
in
Eastern commit to it, bro. Just commit to it.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna fact check you anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Does it say how they passed away?
Let's see. Lithuania's military has not confirmed the exact details of what happened, but local media reports that the 4 may have drowned after the Hercules armored vehicle became trapped in the swampy terrain.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow, man. That's a shame.
How in the hell?
Yeah, we hear about these things all the time, dude. It's just a shame. It really is.
How are they that far off a known road? Because, they're going to do maneuvers.
It's at night, man, and they can't, I mean, it's crazy, dude. I'd much rather be training.
I guarantee you they're in an area they're not supposed to be in.
Well, dude, when we had a training exercise in Fort Hood, when I was there in 84, and we got lost in a convoy at night. We got separated from our convoy at night, and turned out we all slept in the Jeep, and when we woke up the next day, our unit was like 50 yards from us. Didn't even know it because it was so fucking dark, dude. I'm telling you, it's crazy. I can understand how something like that can happen. Next up, we've got this one. Oh, hang on. Let's see. What's Das Wolfen say? Sorry, I was here, but
he's gonna step out.
Had wedding stuff. Oh yeah, you're fine, man. Gotcha. We got you. Next up, we've got I'm a public figure. YouTube star charged with attempted murder for mowing down cop has bizarre courtroom meltdown, claims innocence. What?
Yeah, he's bizarre. He's a YouTuber. He's an influencer. That stupid term that's used now.
It is dumb because I'm a YouTuber and I would never do no shit like this.
He gets pulled over for erratic, driving, and he decides to flee, and he backs up and he runs over the freaking cop, knocking him for a loop. He didn't kill him, but yeah, he takes off. He's finally subdued, and he's in court, and you see him right there talking about, I'm a public figure, and I would never do anything like that. His mom's sitting. He calls for his mom and everything. His mom knows this guy's got problems. Yeah. But yeah, it's ridiculous, man.
That's crazy.
You want to be a cop? Forget that.
Some people are just full of themselves, dude.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. That's absolutely crazy. And in earthquakes tonight, we actually have an earthquake. Death toll in Myanmar earthquake rises to at least 1,662 as officials continue to assess the damage. Wow, 7.7 magnitude quake. That is no joke right there. Anything above a 7 is pretty big.
God, anything that makes the ground shake. It's freaking.
Well, you know, I was in a
That's
3.
Man, that's ridiculous.
I was in a 3.5 one in San Francisco once again in the military, and I woke up one morning and my wall locker was walking towards me. But you know, it was weird. If you've never been in one, it's very strange. It make you. It definitely gets your adrenaline pumping, no doubt about it. But that's crazy right there. 7.7. Anything above 7 is pretty big. Also in the news, Utah bans. Something's going on in Utah, man. They got a lot going on. Utah bans Florida in public drinking water at a first in the U.S. They're the first state to do this. Get rid of fluoride in the drinking water. Now, you know, it's been the policy of the federal government for years and years and years to have fluoride in the drinking water. It's supposed to help, you know, keep your teeth good or something like that. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but they've decided to get rid of it. Now, look, anything with an "ide" on the end of it is a poison, by the way, if you didn't know this. But this one is one of those acceptable ones. Utah is based. Das Wolfen says, yeah, they are. We've got another one with Utah in here too. Utah becomes the first state to ban LGBTQ plus pride flags in government buildings and schools as well. They're trying to be the first at everything, Dan.
Sure. I mean, to me, that's stupid. Who cares? Pride flag, let them fly. I don't care. It doesn't affect me at all. But this speaks to states' rights, and I'm all about that. And if that's what the people want, that's what they're going to get. And if you don't like it, guess what? There's 49 other states you can go to. 49
other states you can live in. That's a fact. Yes, absolutely.
You don't need papers to go from state to state either.
No, you don't. This is not World War II Germany. No, Europe. You don't need the papers. You don't need the papers.
Yep.
But that's you know, I mean,
again,
more power to them. I mean, if that's the way they want to run things, that's the way they want to run things.
Yep.
After months of cuts, State Department says it's officially shuttering USAID. Administration officials have led a widespread effort to dismantle the agency.
So enlighten me on USAID. What is its function?
This is the one that we heard all about when Doge first got
Doge.
This is the organization that was funding Sesame Street in Arab countries.
So foreign aid.
Yeah, it's foreign aid. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, let's divert that money back to homeland aid. So a lot of people need help here.
Well, we're going to be talking about the financial situation here in a little bit, aren't we, Dan?
Absolutely, we are.
Yeah. Next up, this one's kind of misleading. This headline here, we got a misleading headline.
Yes.
Hawk Tour girl, Haley Welch, suspended from social media app after crypto investigation. Now,
her family's got to be just thrilled and proud that that's her name.
The Hawk Tour girl,
global scale.
You know, dude, I love the Hawk Tour girl. I think she's awesome. I've been missing her, man. You know, I'm all about the Hawk Tour girl, bro.
How does mom and dad introduce themselves?
I want to see her in the MCU, bro. Hawk Tour girl.
How does mom and dad introduce themselves? You know, if they're at an event or something, picking up your press passes. Yeah, I'm the father of Hawk Tour girl. Way to go, Dad.
Yeah, she's been suspended from X, but apparently the crypto scam wasn't a scam after the investigation.
No, the investigation, the case was dropped. There's nothing there, but you don't see that with this freaking sensational headline, right?
Right. But the guys, now I can tell you this, it was a pump and dump scheme. This is what they call a pump and dump. This is where they pump up the value of it really quickly and then everybody dumps it.
Pump and dump?
A pump and dump is what it's called. It happens all the time in the crypto sphere. This is why I won't touch crypto.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
You go ahead, leave it alone, bro. But that's what it's called, a pump and dump. That's it. Yeah, it sounds like something you do on a Saturday night when your wife's out of town. I know, but that's.
I'll leave that one alone.
But anyway, let's see. Next up, Iran has rejected direct negotiations with the U.S. in response to Trump's letter. I'd love to see what was in this letter. Of course, it's probably a rather strongly worded letter, but if you read the article, the president.
It's probably on social media.
I'm really
somewhere.
going to butcher this guy's name. Go ahead, sir.
It's probably on social media somewhere. State secrets and everything. It's right there for everybody to see. That's how this administration does it. Fuck it. Whatever.
President Mossad. Pezeshkian?
Dude, just commit to it. Mossad Pezeshkian. Boom.
The president of Iran, he's willing to negotiate with a third party, just not directly with the U.S. So
whatever, man.
Anyway,
get over yourself.
Get over yourself,
man.
Bunch of goofballs.
Go change your diaper already. They're not even in charge anyway.
And the last one under earthquakes tonight, before we get to the best and brightest, Memphis man says he was shot by his dog while lying in bed. Go ahead, Dan.
Oh, he's in bed with a friend, and he just happens to sleep with a loaded gun, and his dog jumps up there, accidentally hits the trigger. Oh, pow! Nothing bad can happen sleeping with a freaking loaded gun.
Oh, God.
It's awesome.
And I believe...
And that person did not win the Simple Jack.
No, this guy didn't get the Simple Jack award. Can you believe this? Yeah. Well, look, I understand the right to bear arms. I've got a friggin' gun in my bedroom, but it's not in my bed.
In your bed. Loaded.
My gun is loaded, but it's in an end table, okay?
I must have bad nightmares or something, man. It must be. Waking up. Leave me alone.
Right. I'm sorry. I read that headline, but I fell out of laughing.
I'm like, what the?
That's what you get, dumbass.
You know who would not do that?
That's too messed up. Let's see.
Mac Bolan.
Let's see. Dude, I was in a 7.8 in 17. It really shook me. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Martin says, where's the Hawk Tour mashup? Yeah, I need to bookmark it and get it ready to play again. I need to play that, don't I? Das Wolfen says, Utah isn't as based as Idaho. Idaho voted to make sexual crimes against 12-year-old and younger a death penalty offense. I am all for that. I contacted my local state reps and senator to try and get it here. Yeah, well, yeah, that's
absolutely.
Yeah, if I believed in the death penalty, I would say yes to that. But I don't believe in the death penalty.
You know who believes in the death penalty, Joe?
Who's that? Yeah, Mac Bolan,
the executioner.
Frank Castle / executioner / Punisher. Mac Bolan. Yes.
Mac Bolan.
You two are so insensitive. I mean, never stopped to even consider the trauma that of that poor doggo.
The doggo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The doggo was probably scared out of his mind.
That dog knew what he was doing because the dude did not feed him that night. So he's like, you know what, motherfucker?
I'm going to cap your ass, bitch.
You'll never forget to feed me again, motherfucker.
Well, boys and girls, it's time to check out those people that we send to represent us, on the city, the state, and the federal level. We, of course, are talking about America's best and brightest. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What are we getting into tonight, Daniel? Well, first off, defiant Chuck Schumer hits back at Nancy Pelosi, vows, I'm not stepping down.
Wow, they used to be lockstep, didn't they?
Yeah. They're eating their own now.
Dude.
Exhibit A. Hang on. let's see. It would be good if we could see. There we
Yeah,
go.
I was like, did we get a picture?
There's Exhibit A right there, bro. There it is, right there.
Old people.
Old people. Yes.
Old man, old woman.
Old people. No doubt. Look, I'm not stepping down, Schumer says.
Forget it. I'm not stepping down. My hair
I
plugs
did it
stay
out
over
of
there.
pure conviction. Yeah. It's crazy, man. This is crazy stuff. They're
not
just
gonna move
eating their
those-
own now. It's ridiculous.
You're not gonna move those hair plugs, dude. Ain't gonna happen.
Right. Groundbreaking U.S. Congresswoman dead at 49.
Sad.
Now, if you're wondering how she was groundbreaking, Miss Maya Love was the first member of Congress, Republican member of Congress, African American
female member of Congress, first one.
Yeah. Republican. Now
All passed
we've
away.
had other Democrats, but Republicans. She was the
I
first.
believe. What state is it? Utah? No.
Yeah, it's Utah.
It is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Look, she's groundbreaking. She's a patriot. She was, she didn't believe, she wasn't lockstep with the current administration, but she believed in our founding. She believed in the Bill of Rights, the Constitution. This was a solid citizen right here. And we lost a very important leader. Yeah, no doubt.
Yep, absolutely. About the last story about Mitch and Nancy. Martin says they're eating the Dems. They're eating the cats.
Yep.
Das Wolfen says the poster geezers making the case for term limits.
I'm telling you,
man. No doubt.
Crazy.
But yeah, that's a shame about this girl right here. She's young. What is with all these? We got another one here.
She had been fighting a form of, I think, a brain disease of some time. She had been fighting it, and finally she just succumbed to it. She had family around her when she passed, but always a positive message.
Yeah, this is the other one that now I told you guys I'd follow up on this. Former U.S. attorney. Well, they just want me to have an ad in front of everything. See if I can close it.
That's amazing.
It is amazing, isn't it?
That's the best.
Shut up, you. Former U.S. attorney Jessica Aber passes away. Family reveals cause of death. Now, it turns out it was nothing sinister. I thought it might be something sinister. As young as this girl was, she I believe 49 as well. She was extremely young. She died of a seizure in the middle of the night. So yeah, it's a damn shame.
43 years old. That's just too young, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Best and Bright's kind of depressing this week, dude.
Well, I had to stick them in there because both of them
kind of depressing, dude. It's supposed to be funny. It's kind of depressing.
We'll get around to it, bro. Okay. Texas lawmaker Jasmine Cochran defends Hot Wheels comment about Governor Greg Abbott.
Yeah,
what the hell?
She's
making fun of the handicap, Dan? What's going on here?
She's a Texas representative. She says it's a hot mess down there, and Hot Wheels is what she calls him. And there you go. Our governor's in a wheelchair. Mr. Abbott, I think he lost. He was paralyzed in his 40s, actually.
Yeah.
So, but she contends that the Hot Wheels comment is because due to the fact that she calls it planes, trains, and automobiles, where Governor Abbott takes the illegals and sends them off via planes and buses to sanctuary cities. So that's what she's claiming. So I don't think that's the truth, but that's the way that's the spin doctrine she's doing. So
yeah.
And talking to my wife, apparently she's not the only person who's ever called him Hot Wheels. So really? I guess that's a running joke. I guess.
Yikes! That's crazy, man.
Not cool.
I wouldn't call him that.
No.
U.S. could run short of money to pay its bills by August without a debt limit deal, CBO says.
How many times have we seen this kind of story in the last 30 years? All the freaking time, right? And this current administration is asking for the debt ceiling to be suspended, debt limit to be suspended. They want to be able to it gone so far as saying it's un-American if they're not allowed to blow through the damn debt limit. I mean, where is the balanced budget amendment? Supermajority? Where is it at? I mean, you
Yeah.
want to talk about, getting shit under control. Let's stop blowing through these damn limits and let's get a balanced budget amendment in here.
Yeah.
What's the holdup?
That would be nice. That would be very nice.
They're too busy giving away national secrets
on Signal.
On Signal. Signaling the enemy that we're on our way. You know who wouldn't do that, Joe John?
I don't know.
Mac Bowman.
Mac Bowman, the executioner. That's who.
That's right.
Das Wolfen says, "Screw that. Give us a balanced budget, or shit it down until we get it done." No doubt.
Shut it down.
There you
That's
go.
what I'm saying. I'm sick of this. You don't run your household that way.
No,
I sound
nobody
like
does.
Barrett doing that all the time. You don't run your household that way. You don't run your household that way. I mean, come on now.
Come on, man. Next up, this is one of Danny's favorite kind of stories right here. He loves it. Democrat mayor arrested for DUI, seen on body cam demanding officers call police chief.
The chief, yeah. And she had her kid with her.
Yikes, man.
I mean, you can watch the video for yourself, but this is just another example of the haves thinking they're, untouchable. This is the mayor and drunk and got a kid with him, and she doesn't want to be, even bothered. Doesn't want to even be bothered.
Hang on. Let's
It's a long video, dude.
Huh? It's a long video? Okay.
Yeah.
We don't need to look
at it. Watch that for themselves. But yeah, that's just another case of, the best and brightest acting like they're above the law. So
yeah, the best
and the kid's
brightest.
sitting right there.
Yeah. That's hang on. Let me go ahead and pull that back up. Well, I want to get some pertinence in here.
Sure.
I was trying to show the video and it kind of messed me up. But here, is that it? No. Let's go back. One. There it is. Okay. So this is Lumberton, New Jersey, Mayor Gina LaPlaca. LaPlaca. That's who it is.
La Placa, which is French for drunk driving.
French for New Jersey Mayor. Grifter.
Boostown, USA.
Grifter. That's it. Well, I mean, everybody goes to Atlantic City, right?
Maybe we should rename it Best and Brightest to the Grifters.
Right, the Grifters. That's it. All right. Well, before we get our Best and Brightest, you know what we got to do? We got to check in on certain kind of Best and Brightest, man. We got to check in on the Trump cards. Got to check in on the Trump cards. See what's going on with the Trump cards, man. We got to see. And we actually have Louisiana in the Trump cards this time around. Trump announces $5.8 billion Hyundai investment in first U.S. steel mill in Louisiana. I believe, they had a picture of, before they put this video ad on there, of Governor Landry and President Trump.
Belcherton.
Shush up. But yeah, we're gonna get a steel plant in Louisiana. We've already got one here, but it's a German plant. It's called
Here's the deal. Louisiana is the only state in the union that has that board of 11 people who decide who does business in the state and how much business tax they have to pay, which traditionally is like 0.5%.
Yeah.
Which means none of that money goes to infrastructure, education for the state. Now, they try to do that in Texas, you're going to be taxed at 25%.
Yep.
So the state is going to realize some of that.
Yep.
Louisiana? No.
You
get to go here for free.
Grifton. What's up?
Grifters, dude.
Trump, this is just dumb. Trump signs executive order requiring proof of citizenship to register for vote in federal elections. I can't believe he actually had to write an executive order to make this happen. Unfair.
I should be allowed to vote, even though I'm not a citizen. Unfair. It's bullshit.
He's being sarcastic, folks.
Total bullshit.
He couldn't believe this was an executive order.
The idea that we have to sign a freaking order saying that you have to be United States and show, your identity to be able to vote in our elections. It's crazy.
It makes
Whatever,
no
man.
sense. It makes no sense. It should be that way anyway. Shouldn't have
Unfair.
to. And also, Trump announces 25% auto tariffs amid rattled markets and a global trade war. Well, I mean, he's
Look at that picture of Trump, dude.
Yeah, I see him.
He's always got that.
It's the best. It's the greatest. Have you seen
Dude,
the video?
I ain't gonna believe it.
Have you seen the video the guy put together of they put an accordion between his hands?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's so fucking great, man. It's just him talking like this, and it's an accordion going back.
The best.
It's fantastic. But yeah, man, this the tariff thing. I understand people not liking it, and it's going to hurt things at the beginning, but eventually things should smooth out. I mean, it's.
Well, yeah. Let's look at it. Year 1, year 2. Let's see where we're at then.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. Okay, boys and girls, guess what? Boss is not yelling at me. He's worried for my safety.
Fuming.
He says I got to get my pads on.
Oh shit!
I gotta buckle the chin strap. He said because it's time to turn out the lights.
I have the utmost respect for Kurt Warner for going in there.
Kurt Warner entered the
danger zone.
Danger zone! Danger zone! Danger zone!
It's no doubt.
Dude.
Gotta keep your head up, dude. You can't just run willy-nilly, act like nobody's gonna hit you.
Dude. Bobby McRae said, I know you.
And you were the puss. Always bled.
That's what he said, man.
Boys
Boys and girls
owed him money from somewhere. Because Kurt
somebody
Warner
on
was a
that
tough
team
guy.
owed him money.
Bobby McRae,
he collected.
Look, he sucked him out, dude. He said, okay, that's my dude. You owe me money. I'm collecting right now.
Collecting right now. He's been waiting on that interception all day. He's been waiting on that interception all day.
I don't think Bobby McRae was on the field at the start of that play. He came running off the field, from the bench. So, this is my spot right here. Crunch. And
All
thus
right,
ended Kurt Warner's career.
Look, that defense, we don't need to start talking about this.
Pirates,
that defense ended 2 Hall of Famers' careers, okay? It did.
Took him to the woodshed, dude.
Took him to the woodshed. Knocked friggin' Kurt Warner straight to the retirement couch, and the next week, they beat Brett Favre so badly, he published pictures of the bruises that he had on his legs after that game down in the Superdome. Ridiculous.
After the game was over, when they're walking through the tunnel, they were still hitting his ass.
All right, boys and girls. My final word tonight is all about the Defenders of Liberty Air Show. We had a good time down here. I've been hearing the Jets screaming all friggin' weekend, and I think they've got a little footage on here that that's the flight line out there, and there you go, man. We heard a lot of
Barksdale Air Force Base, man.
Yeah,
great memories.
It's fantastic. We used to go to this as kids all the time. I think the last time I went, I took Amanda when she was still in high school. I took her out there. But heard a lot of those today early, and I did not know they had helicopters out there doing tricks too. It's pretty crazy, man. It's really crazy stuff, man. But
Hopefully
anyway,
it was a good turnout for the local community because it's a really
I actually we were walking out of USA Cafe on Saturday morning. We went there as soon as I got off work. We went to eat and we walked out, and the line to get in Barksdale's main gate was all the way down to Bel Air Baptist Church.
That's what's up, dude.
Okay.
Golly.
Yeah. And that was at 9:00 in the morning when we got done eating. So
USA Cafe, by the way, is the best restaurant in Bossier City.
You know what, man? It's awesome. And it's right here, not far from us. So yeah, hats off to Barksdale for putting on the show they put on every year. The Thunderbirds were out there. And look, guys, if you're ever in the area around this time of year, it's the last weekend in March. They do it. It's part of Holiday in Dixie down here. It's a little festival they have here. So you guys come check it out. That's for sure.
Really great time.
It was great stuff.
Yeah, no doubt.
Of course, it's an all-week thing if you live near the base because they're practicing all week. I remember last year.
I used to love about it. You sit up on the roof of your house.
On the roof, yeah. I shot a short from last year from my roof, and they went right over my head, Daniel. They love to scream treetop high around here, and yeah, they were doing it. Okay, boys and girls, it is time for the Simple Jack Award. It's that award that my brother gives out every week for that person, place, thing, organization, company, corporation, government. Hell, he might give it to the whole planet one year. You never know. But it's the Simple Jack Award. It's that award for people that, they're trying to do the right thing and they just can't quite get it done. And this week we have a special leaky ship edition of the Simple Jack Award. That's right. The leaky ship edition of the Simple Jack Award. Dan, I'm going to read the headline. You can tell them all about it.
Yeah, no doubt.
We've already talked about it, but I don't think you can talk about it enough. Here are the attack plans that Trump's advisors shared on Signal. Here they are.
That's great. Yeah, we've already talked about it. And if you've got to see, what they were talking about, sortie times and when they're going to leave, where they're going to be. I mean, a lot of very specific things. And it's just astounding that actually went on. And again, we talked about it before. We've got men and women out there risking their lives, and we got our leaders up here just leaking the damn war plans. This is what we're going to do, and this is how we're going to do it, and this is what time we're going to do it. These fools, the dump cards, as I like to call them, went total retard on a national security level. And that's all I have to say about that.
Never go full retard. Never go full retard. Never go full retard.
They went
it's
retard,
inexcusable.
It is inexcusable. It is. And, I told you, it's broken my heart that Tulsi Gabbard was on this thing. But
what did she say, though? She said that there wasn't anything top secret in there, right?
Well,
is she right? Because I know that's the popular version of what went on there. I know a lot of people like to believe that. Is she right?
I forgot to turn off the loop. But yeah, that's what the headline said earlier, But here's the thing. They have ways of getting this information to each other.
Sure. Through secure communications.
They don't have to use this. And the fact that, that's bad enough that they're actually doing this. But who's the idiot that put a friggin' Atlantic reporter on the thread? Who is that? I know that's the smallest fish, but that may be the dumbest guy in the room.
That tells you the level of concern, by our leaders. Why not?
It is absolutely crazy.
Who wouldn't do that?
I know who wouldn't do that. Mac Bolan with that 44 Automag.
Automag, bro.
He wouldn't do it. How many?
He did not do that.
How many books are in that series, Dan?
I want to say 32.
Really?
But then it expands from there. He had a new war, and then it splintered off to different teams. Yeah, I think they're still out there. Don Pendleton obviously isn't writing them, but I
No, he's
believe
passed away. Yeah.
Mac Bolan
Yeah.
is still active.
Let's see. Das Wolfen says Waltz should be canned along with his deputy, who is the one who put the reporter in the chat. Okay, there you go. Yeah, that's the big doofus right there. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, they don't need to be using Signal to do this.
I mean, good Lord.
Stupid, man.
Guarantee you they have secure communique.
They do.
They've been using it for hundreds of years now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, boys and girls, that is it for tonight's show. I want to thank you guys for being here. Let's see. Let me get that audio that my brother likes me to play during this part of the show. If I can remember where to find it. There it is. We like to call that Shifty Breeze.
Shifty Breeze.
Yeah, that would be Shifty with an F. There are 453 novels in the original Executioner series from 1969 to 2017. Wow. Thanks, Das Wolfen. He's always quick on the keyboard to find out the info. Yeah. Very cool, man. And I swear, to this day, I will always say the guy that invented the Punisher for Marvel Comics was a huge Mac Bolan fan. Believe that. That's for sure, man. Okay. We want to thank you guys for being here. You know, you're watching the Brothers Hack the Matrix. We do this every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. So come check it out as we talk about today's headlines and the clown show that is 2025. Tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Time, we're going to have a drawing stream. Oh, wait a minute. Let me point out one other thing. Tonight, I'm going to be on Deleted Scenes. I'm going to be his guest. I think it kicks off at 11 p.m. Central Time, midnight Eastern, on his channel. So you guys come check me out on Deleted Scenes on his show this evening. So come check that out then. And after that, at 10 a.m. in the morning tomorrow, I will be on Pop Culture Minefield, and we'll be doing another draw stream with Gary Kissel, the artist and creative mind behind Vindicated Inc. He's wrapping it up, so we're all going to be drawing on there. Me, him, and Comic Relief Crusader comes by every once in a while and draws on his stuff too. So you guys come check us out. Martin and Anima will be with us tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Time on Pop Culture Minefield's channel. And then at 4 p.m. Central Time, we're going to be doing another meeting of the Canon Film Club on That 70s Rock Fans channel as we take a look at The Last American Virgin from, I believe it was 1985, that movie was made. You guys come check that out. We're going to be talking about it at 4 p.m. Central Time this Monday afternoon. And then Tuesday, only 2 episodes left of Papa Joe Gamer After Dark, Video Games, Cocktails, and Fails, because Mom is on her way. I'm going to be going to get her on the 14th, so I've only got 2 more Tuesday late night video game streams. And the first one is going to be my favorite game ever, DC Universe Online. So come check that out as we do it Tuesday at 10 p.m. Central Time on my channel. And then at 5:30 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday, it's time for State of the Atmosphere. Everything about pop culture and video games, movies, TV shows, all that good stuff. We'll be talking about Richard Chamberlain, doing a tribute to him on there. You guys come check it out, 5:30 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday. And then Friday at 1 p.m. Central Time, it'll be time for Sketching the Privateer, the show where I work on my comic book for about an hour before I go to work every Friday on my channel at 1 p.m. Central Time. And at 8 p.m. Central Time, it's time to get over to Pop Culture Minefield's channel and check out Gaming Night with John. Das Wolfen is playing Fallout Tale of Two Wastelands. Go check that out on Pop Culture Minefield's channel at 8 p.m. Central Time on Friday. And then it's right back around to us on Sunday at 6 p.m. with the Brothers Hack the Matrix. So, for myself, and there can be only one, the Hylunder, and Sharkin' for Pearls, that great band. Don't forget to check out their music everywhere where you can get your music.
Everywhere.
You can always tell it because it's got that shark, and he's sharking for pearls.
Sharking for pearls. Go get that pearl, man.
Go check it out. Anyway, we want to thank you guys for being here. And until we see you again, I want you guys to keep on keeping on. God bless.